Okay, so let's dive in. You know how sometimes you just stumble across something online
Oh, yeah.
and it's just so perfectly weird, but also like captures that whole internet humor thing.
Happens all the time. What have you found?
Well, my feeds have been kind of blowing up lately with these AI generated mugshots, yeah, of Redditors, and the only thing they're using as a prompt is get this, their username.
Why? Okay. Just the username. That's interesting. It's amazing how these simple ideas just take off, isn't it?
Totally.
It really shows, the unexpected ways people grab onto these powerful AI tools, especially when you mix it with, well, the kind of playful chaos of online forums.
Yeah, chaos is a good word for it.
It's a real like collision of tech and internet culture.
Exactly. So yeah, the backstory is basically ChatGPT. It's got this uh, newly boosted ability to make images natively right inside the chat.
Right, the integration.
And that's what's driving this whole viral thing on Reddit. People are just feeding it their usernames and saying, like, make me a mugshot.
And it invents the whole arrest record, the charge and everything.
Yeah. Totally made up, usually completely absurd reasons for why they've supposedly been arrested. Hilarious stuff.
You know, stepping back a bit, it really makes you think, doesn't it? About how fast users just pick up these new AI features
Uh-huh.
and they find these really creative, often like totally unforeseen ways to use them.
It's not just asking it to write an email anymore, is it?
Not at all. This is tapping into something, I don't know, more imaginative, more expressive maybe.
Yeah, definitely. And for you listening, the learner, such a neat little snapshot, of what's buzzing in internet culture right now.
And the AI side of things too.
Oh, absolutely. The AI capability is just advancing so quickly. It's a chance to see how people aren't just using the tech, but actually like playing with it.
In ways that are entertaining, sure,
Yeah.
but also kind of revealing in their own way.
Exactly. So we've been looking at this report from Mint. It really digs into this whole phenomenon, how it got started, why it's suddenly so popular.
And it raises that interesting question, doesn't it? Why this trend? Like, why mugshots? Why these silly
Exactly.
charges?
What's the appeal?
Well, maybe something about the irony. You take this really serious imagery, law enforcement stuff,
Uh-huh. Mugshots, arrest records.
and you mash it up with the ridiculousness that often comes with online identities and usernames. It kind of undercuts the seriousness.
That's a really good point. So, okay, for this deep dive, that's what we want to do. Really get under the skin of this trend.
It sounds good.
We're going to explore, the tech stuff and what makes these images possible.
And maybe talk a bit about what it all tells us about, well, how we interact online these days,
Mhm.
and with AI specifically.
Yeah. What's interesting, and the Mint article points this out, is that, okay, ChatGPT could make images before, right, through DALL-E 3.
It could, yes. You use DALL-E 3 as the engine, essentially.
But the real spark for this trend, it seems, was OpenAI unlocking native image generation right inside GPT-4o.
Exactly. And just for clarity, GPT-4o is the latest, the most advanced version of the model behind ChatGPT. It's got these boosted capabilities, including this built-in image creation.
Okay, so help me understand this. What's the big deal? What's the key difference between using like an external thing like DALL-E 3 versus having it natively integrated? Why did that set off this whole craze?
I think the crucial thing is just how much tighter the integration is.
Tighter how?
Well, the report suggests it lets ChatGPT sort of more seamlessly blend its image-making skills with everything else it knows. Its huge text knowledge, maybe even its understanding of past chats you've had.
Ah, okay.
So the result is images that feel, I don't know, more nuanced, maybe more accurate to what the user was actually thinking. And importantly for this trend, it seems better at capturing the humor.
Gotcha. So it's not just like bolting an image generator onto the side.
Pretty much.
It's more fluid, more context aware, maybe.
Exactly. That feels right. And that probably explains why the results feel so specific, so tailored, and yeah, often just way funnier.
Makes sense.
And, don't underestimate the convenience factor either.
Ah, good point.
When it's built right in,
Mm.
it just lowers the barrier, makes it super easy for anyone to just try stuff out, mess around with prompts, iterate on these creative ideas without jumping through hoops.
Yeah, less friction means more experimentation. The Mint article had some absolute gold examples of this.
Oh yeah, like what?
Okay, there was this one user, Nagadavadia.
Okay, interesting name.
So ChatGPT spits out this mugshot. It's a white guy, beard, glasses, standard enough, but then perched on his shoulder on a tiny leash is a lizard.
A lizard.
On a leash.
Yeah. And the charge, ready for this? Charged with proclaiming himself the high priest of lizardkind.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's just perfect internet.
Isn't it? You couldn't make it up. It's so perfectly absurd.
No, you really couldn't. And that example, it just nails it, doesn't it? It's
Yeah.
that mix of the inherent weirdness of the username.
And ChatGPT's almost like uncanny knack for interpreting that visually,
Like,
humorously. It's a visual gag tied right to their online persona.
Exactly. And okay, another one. Darth Pug 93.
Darth. Pug. Okay, I'm intrigued.
The mugshot was someone in a Darth Vader helmet, right? But with these floppy dog ears attached.
Dog ears on Vader.
Yep. And kind of dark makeup, holding the little sign, and it reads, charged with attempting to use the Force on a dog.
Oh my goodness. Trying to force choke the dog.
I guess so. Just the image of this slightly silly Vader figure in trouble for bothering a dog. It's just funny on its face.
These are great. They really show that kind of playful absurdity that's fueling this whole thing.
Yeah.
Taking these often weird or, just nonsensical online names
Uh-huh.
and slapping this fictional, almost like legalistic consequence onto them. But visually. And it's super easy to share online.
Right. So, okay, let's dig a bit more. I mean, beyond just being funny, what else is going on here? What can we kind of learn from this sudden explosion of AI arrest records?
Well, on one level, I think it really highlights how the dynamic between, us and AI is changing.
How so?
We seem to be moving beyond just like transactional interactions, write this, find that.
Right.
It's becoming more about creative expression, entertainment, especially within these online communities. People are finding these really unexpected, playful ways to use incredibly sophisticated tools.
It also says something about internet culture itself, doesn't it? The type of humor here is very online.
Oh, absolutely. It's specific, it's kind of dry, often absurd, like you said, and it really leans on the context of usernames, online personas, that whole shared understanding.
Hey, you need that context.
Precisely. It's like the username becomes a character prompt,
Ah, interesting.
and the AI then acts almost like a collaborator, helping to spin this funny, totally fictional story around that character.
So it's like this weird, spontaneous shared storytelling.
Yeah, kind of. Where the user gives the first spark just their name, and the AI runs with it in this completely unexpected direction.
Wow. Okay, so just to kind of pull this all together then, we've been looking at this pretty wild trend. Redditors using ChatGPT's built-in image making
Depicted generation, yeah.
to cook up these hilarious, completely fake arrest records. And it's all based just on their usernames.
And we identified the key bit of tech that really poured fuel on this fire.
Oh.
OpenAI enabling that native image generation right inside GPT-4o.
Right, which makes it more seamless, more integrated, more nuanced than just calling out to an external tool like DELI3 used to be.
Exactly. A much smoother process.
And we had some cracking examples. Nagadavadia, the high priest of lizardkind.
Complete with littered accessory.
Yes. And Darth Pug 93, busted for inappropriate use of the Force on a canine.
While wearing puppy ears, no less.
I remember the ears.
Ultimately, though, beyond the laughs, this whole trend is, well, it's a pretty lighthearted, but also quite insightful peek into how creative folks online are grabbing on to advanced AI.
Finding these really unexpected, funny uses for it.
Yeah, demonstrating the potential for applications nobody really planned for.
So wrapping up, here's maybe something to chew on. As this AI image generation tech gets even easier, even more accessible, what happens next?
Good question.
How's it going to keep shaping online trends? Maybe even how we think about our digital selves, our online identities.
And what other completely unforeseen, maybe even more imaginative uses are going to pop up as the tech keeps, racing ahead?
It's definitely going to be fascinating to watch, that's for sure.